We're live. Friday Night Flies. Take it away, Scotty Boulder.
Taking it away. Yeah, it's Friday Night Flies. Welcome to the show. It's February 27th, I believe. So we're getting to the end of our summer, winter. Lack of better words for the lack of snow that we're getting and the abundance of sunshine. But we're sitting here at Spud Valley Sporting Goods, which is 1380 Birch Street in the heart of Pemberton. So if you're ever in town, please do stop by and check out the shop and pick yourself up some supplies on your way through to your next fishing hole. And Friday Night Flies is sponsored to or brought to you by Pemberton Fish Finder up here on my hat. And our slogan is "We talk trout all day, all night." So
what are we tying tonight?
Tonight I'm tying something up called the pink belly. It's Boulder's pink belly. It's a very easy streamer to tie for you. It's also very versatile.
Here, I'm gonna go down there right now.
Yeah, drop you down here. So summer times when I tie this in a natural rabbit strip, and instead of our nice blue that we have under here, I'll use a natural color or a tan color, but everything else stays the same, and I get a lot of rainbows on it. Tie it in chartreuse. Chartreuse ribbed, I forget what they call this type of rabbit strip where it's barred. I call it barred rabbit. But tipped. There
or
you
barred,
go.
whatever you want to call it.
Well, tipped is a uniform color.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that is barred.
So it's barred.
Yeah, this is your chance to give us a shout out. Tell us
if you know exactly what that's called, give us a shout.
We don't know
question and answers is open tonight, so feel free to chime in. Brad's on the command post there, and he'll get to any questions that you have for us tonight. Try and stump the big famous Pemberton fisher.
Good luck with that one. Okay, let's get to her.
But yeah, this is a fly that you can change up the color quite a bit and go for a lot of different species. This one here, I'm going to be fishing for steelhead and
bull trout.
Bull trout too.
You can check that for steel. I'll try that for bull trout.
Chartreuse. I was getting some good luck with chartreuse with the bull trout. Okay, so that's out and this is in. So we got a size 2. And you can change the size of it too. I go size 2s and size 4s. Size 2 here happens to be a 5X long hook. The 4s that I use are usually a 3X long hook, so they're a little smaller. And I'm just grabbing my beads here. So I've moved on to doing this with a tungsten bead. So I found some nice conehead tungsten beads, which helps this fly dive a lot better in the faster waters. So we'll get that on there. Grab our thread. I don't care what color you use. This happens to be a black 8/0. And we're gonna get a little thread base going. So we're gonna go down about 2/3 of the hook length, the shaft length, and we are going to get our tail working on here. So first one I'm doing is a little bit of polar bear. Grab yourself some nice long fibers, and you don't want this tail to be too bulky because you got the polar bear, and then we got angel hair, and then you got the rabbit strip. So with the polar bear and the angel hair, you go a little bit lighter. Just add a little bit more movement to it. Get the down out from the butt section here. And I want this to be, there's a couple stragglers, but the main body of it is going to be about the length of the hook shank. So I got that bit. I'm just going to trim off some of this so I can get it tied in there nice. Right on top of the hook. Put a couple firm wraps. Get one tucked in right behind. That helps this material from getting wrapped underneath. And to create a nice taper here, I'm going to just pull up the butt ends. And I'm going to cut that so you can see how that's just tapered it down. I'm going to secure this polar bear in quite firmly. Tie all those tags in because the polar bear is pretty slick and it'll pull out after a couple of times of it being in the river.
You know what I want to say is that we're revamping our website pretty well as we speak. Check it out, FridayNightFlies.com, and we're giving it a major facelift, going from the old Saturday Night Live brownie colors to something a lot more modern. And we're also putting in subcategories so that if you guys want to see streamers or muddlers or dry flies or whichever, you don't have to go through our 200 videos now to find them.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more streamlined, user friendly.
It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait.
So next is my angel hair here. I'm just gonna get it tied on right on top. And again, we'll get rid of all this tag end. And after we get it secured in nice and tight, get all those tags tied in, then we'll fix up the tail here. So this angel hair, we want it to be, so we kind of cut it on a little bit of an angle. I work my scissors back so I get some of the fibers extending past the bulk of the fly. I'm going to thin it up a little bit more. There we go. So you get a nice taper going on it. It's a little heavy at the back.
It's almost time to start tying some epoxy minnows here too. I know we did a few last spring, but there's a reason for that. I can't wait.
You like that one better, sir?
We've got some pretty major things developing here in Pemberton, British Columbia. If you guys love fly fishing, you should poke your nose out here. We've got a coastal cutthroat run. It just comes through like they're dropping off the school bus and they don't know what to do. So you just throw something out there and they just seem to jump right on there. And they eat up a lot of our salmon fry. So if we can make them think twice about eating salmon fry, that's what we love to do, eh, Scotty?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the cutthroat's exciting fishing.
Yeah.
I think pound for size, they're probably one of the hardest fighting fish in the world.
Yeah, they're aggressive.
No fish, they're not biting, right? It's not because it's not.
They feed well. When they're in here, it's fast and furious. All right, so what we're working on now is our rabbit strip. So I want this rabbit tip to be just so that when it's wet and flowing, it's about the same length as the tail that we've already put in there. So that's my length. I'm just going to get in here and get these fibers out of the way. And a dubbing needle helps quite a lot with that. So once you find out where you're going to be tying it in, just slide that dubbing needle in, pull those hairs up and out.
I know
a little moisture.
You like using the polar bear, and it's really difficult for our American viewers to get their hands on it. So I mean, there's got to be some other
craft fur,
seal.
Oh,
you can't buy seal.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
I don't think they can get seal either in the States.
Really?
I'm not positive. No.
All right, so I got 3 or 4 really nice tight turns in there, keeping my rabbit strip all on the top.
And the answer is it is called barred.
It is barred.
It is barred?
Yes,
okay. Because I know I am a fan of making up words, so that one happened to be right. So we're going to move the rest of that rabbit off to the side, pull it back, and we're going to tie in our pink belly. So this is chenille here. So this is a cactus chenille. And I just pull off a couple of the pieces so it exposes that thread in the bottom. I'm going to fasten that in there. And I'm going to move my thread right up to the front. And then we're going to wrap this chenille up the body. As we're doing so, pulling back the fibers every time so that it's nice and full.
Spend all day too working on my alternator in there. That's all it's a great thing to figure it out.
So it's good to go.
So it's not there to worry about it breaking down. You got headlights and a heater.
That's pretty important,
Especially
especially in the winter months.
Yeah. So yeah, no. I gotta get the windshield put in there though. Sad. This is the deep track, but if I don't put the windshield in, it gets enough moisture through the windshield outside.
All right, so it gets a little bit more difficult to get those fibers back when we get to the head. So
And take some time to wrap, eh?
Yeah.
We need a rapping song, like so when all of a sudden no one's saying anything, all of a sudden this music comes on.
So get it,
like elevator music.
get it wrapped in right in behind that bead head or that cone head. And get rid of that. And take our rabbit strip here. And pull it nice and tight right across the top.
Simple.
And what I like doing is making sure that you trap some of this fiber. If you pull it up like you did before, then you get a big white section. So by trapping all this here that's in the front and tie it right down with it all, you maintain that color right up to the bead. So now this part is a little tricky to get it done properly. So get two nice tight wraps in there. We're going to get rid of this rabbit strip.
Be careful.
Yeah, careful not to pull it out. And just take your scissors, and I'm going to tuck that tag end
In the cone head. That's
in the cone head.
the nice thing about cone heads. They give you a lot of room to finish off your fly at the end. Eh?
Yeah.
Keeps it a little bit tight.
All right, so that's in there. Once we get that in there, I'm going to really make sure we secure it with our thread. And we're just going to make sure our strip's sitting right on the top, because it'll really affect the way that this fly rides in the water if that strip's off-centered. And then to finish this off, then we grab a little bit of our red laser dubbing.
This is one of your simpler streamers, Scotty.
Yeah, this one's pretty simple.
I like
we
that.
went
It's
out to
good.
the Sloquet, and you were trying to get that trout, and I jumped in there with a big streamer. That was this one, but in the tan color.
Oh yeah.
So I put this. This is a pretty heavy wadded dubbing. A lot of it ends up disappearing because of the cone head. There's a lot of space behind there. So I put it on, I pull it in, and it'll fall down underneath. So now that I got that on there, I'm going to carefully finish this off by making sure that black thread is going right along the edge of that cone head so that it's completely hidden. Same with your whip finish. Keep it all nice and tight in there so all that thread wraps is inside the cone head. I'm going to give it one more for good measure.
Armored.
It's like
Get the fish.
It's like the Full Metal Jacket. All right, so you got your thread off, and then last but not least, take your dubbing needle, either dubbing needle or Velcro. I find Velcro gets a little crazy with that rabbit strip. You run a lot of chance of messing up that rabbit strip and pulling it out of where you've fastened it. So I just use my dubbing needle, and you see I'm just going in behind that cone head and pulling out some of that dubbing. Get it right in there. And I do it all around except for on the top. I leave the top as it is. So that's it.
I'm not sure it's either near.
That's your pink belly. So tie this up.
Roll her around once there, bud. That's
Yep,
how
I will. So
Oh, look at that.
has a lot of great movement in the water. The rabbit strip is, the majority of it is very free to move around. The polar bear has some good life, and then the angel hair has a lot of flash
Yeah. Why did you call that fly the pink belly?
because of the pink belly.
I'm kidding. Anyhow, let's go up top, man.
Oh, everybody gets me with that dry humor.
Boom, boom.
Boom. So that's my fly for this evening. It's the pink belly. Try it out with a bunch of different colors. You can even do that as a black leech. And if you get the black chenille, it has blue and black shimmer in it. Oh, it looks really sexy and great lake pattern there. So that's my fly for now. Scotty Holmes is coming up next, so make sure you join us again in about 5 minutes or so once we get the next segment set up. And it's Friday Night Fly. It's on Boulder. I'm saying love the tug.